Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we're going to be checking out the patch notes for the update coming out next Monday, the 16th of May. It'll be dropping. First up, the introduction of the Pan-European Destroyer line. Now it's going to start off with a cruiser, Griff. Okay, tier 1, like every other line. Then it'll jump up to Romulus, it's the tier 2 destroyer. And then tier 3 Clashorn. Tier 4 Visby, Tier 5 Vasteras, Tier 6 Skane, and Tier 7 Ostergotland. Now, the Tier 1 cruiser, the Tier 2 destroyer, not involved in the early access. That'll be available for everyone. You get the Tier 1 cruiser, you just buy it or play it. I think it's probably free even. And then you play 1 or 2 games, you get the Romulus. And then, after that, early access through the end of the update cycle, 5 weeks typically. So how does that work if you're new? Well, you can get those 2 ships, of course, but then the tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, and tier 6, those will be in the game, but only available through European destroyer crates, or whatever they're going to call them. Now, you're going to get plenty of these just by playing the game. If you get this campaign, which we'll be checking out in a moment here, that's coming up in the next update, then you'll get even more of them. That's my recommendation for everyone. Getting the ships a month early is nice, but not necessarily. If you're going to spend some money on the game, there's other ways to go about doing it. But the Tier 7 is not available in the crates, obviously. If you've been playing for a while, you know that. If you're new, just understand that you can buy a million crates. You're not going to be able to get them. Alright, now, what's going on with these? It says the destroyers don't need smoke generators, relying instead on speed and powerful armaments, as well as the repair party consumable at higher tiers. So, from what I understand, they got good AA and fast moving torpedoes, relatively low damage, probably at the lower end of the spectrum in terms of damage, but fast moving, quicker to target, more accurate. Okay, so it's on paper it seems like it might be a relatively difficult line. As it doesn't have the smoke generator to disengage when in trouble, but we'll have to see. It's got some interesting balancing going on there. Alright, so like we said, you can get the crates, and then also available as a chance to be awarded in these crates. Keep in mind that's all chance. You're basically gambling. Tier 7 Friesland. Now this was in a campaign reward ship. I don't know, probably 6 months ago with the Loy Yang. They did a dual campaign ship, both of them really strong tier 7 destroyers. A lot of people got one or the other, and then kind of well, I wish I would have gotten the Loy Yang if I got the Friesland, or vice versa. If you don't have the Friesland, here's your chance. Okay, and it's also going to be obtainable for global XP, green XP, but that you'll have a chance for them. Probably presumably quite a low chance, 1% or whatever it is, in those crates. And it says the Boyskavitska, we call it the biscuit around here, that's going to be available to acquire too. That's mentioned in the section with the Pan-European Destroyer crates. Presumably it's in there, but perhaps they're talking about purchasing it for doubloons. You never know with these patch notes. They're always, you know, they go through at least one translation, maybe 2. Who knows? So you always got to kind of read between the lines when it comes to these things. Alright, so one more Pan-European destroyer going to be, well, we'll cover it a little bit later. It says, but Olin, tier 6, will also be coming. So a lot of new European destroyers and some old favorites as well. Going to be quite a lot of action there. New commanders, it says 2 new commanders, but we already had Conrad Hellfreak, aka Boost Brudro. We'll have to come up with a Dewey moniker for him. You guys let me know in the comments if you got any ideas. And then there's a new destroyer dedicated commander, or preferred, I suppose. You know, you can use destroyer commanders for whatever ship you want, but they're kind of designed with destroyer play in mind. Stig Hansen Eriksson. Okay, he's going to be joining Jerzy Swirsky, who's been available since early in the game's cycle by purchasing the biscuit. Then the whatever else. There's been a couple other ones. But, you know, Swirsky, base trait, ship's concealment, so not quite as strong as like Bay in terms of the modifier, but if you want to do a double concealment build, it's a good way to do that. A lot of people have been looking forward to Swirsky. He's going to be available. And this Ericsson guy, let's see what his base trait looks like. engine boost cooldown, and torpedo damage. So looks like 3% modifier to both of those stats when fully maxed at level 16 legendary 4. But he's going to be more of the torpedo centric commander, and Swirsky will have a little bit more of the gun focus perks. So that's what the deal is with those European destroyers. What's the next campaign? Belfast 43. Back to the Belfast campaign, it says. It's kind of a different version of the Belfast. I don't know what year the Belfast that we currently have in the game is supposedly designed or implemented, but this is the 1943 version. It'll be a little bit different version of the Belfast. From what I understand from the PC version, their Belfast was considered quite overpowered when it came out, and then it was removed, never to be seen again. Like a lot of overpowered ships, that's usually the solution. They just put them into the black hole of information, and you never have a chance to get them again. But then they released this one. The review that I watched wasn't quite as strong in the Belfast 43 as the original one, but I always remember our game Legends, the version of World of Warships, they balance the ships quite differently. So sometimes the ships in the PC version will be strong and they'll be kind of more dogs than ours, or sometimes on the PC version they got, like Udachi, for instance, I think was a pretty bad ship in the PC version game, very strong in ours. So don't necessarily read into what the PC version players were saying about it, but we'll have to see. We'll of course review that ship early next week, as I'll get a trial version of that. Azure Lane and Godzilla vs. Kong collaboration events are back. So it says you can get all these commanders and whatever else. The only one it says you can't get is Azure Lane Atago, very strong Japanese cruiser commander. But all the other ones, and there's a handful of pretty good ones in there. So if you've missed out on some of these you've been interested in, maybe you've been seeing them on my videos as inspirations or commander builds or whatever else, you'll be able to get them, looks like May 30th through June 20th for the Azure Lane, and then Godzilla, it'll be, looks like, available from the start until June 6th. So they'll be coming in a couple different waves there. There's a new quote-unquote feature, auctions. I don't know about this. Make your bid for... They're going to be putting out things that you can bid either doubloons or credits on, and then whoever gets them wins the prize, and then if you don't win them, you get a refund, I guess. So I think it's just another way to extract resources out of the players. But what it says, there's a incoming blog post that's going to be detailing that more. So who knows what that's all about. Stay tuned. 3 arena seasons. Okay, we got arms race bonuses back, except for the one that restores HP. It says the players have been asking about it. I think that's a good change. Usually the arena, it's just who gets the heals. I mean, that doesn't necessarily guarantee you're going to win, but it's a huge advantage. Or, but the other consumables will be back, so we'll see that. It says more information coming down the line. We don't know exactly what they're going to be. No carriers, it does mention. But arena is always fun. I kind of like to view arena just as kind of a raw, brawling mode. Nice break from the bashing your head against the wall, which is trying to win games by playing strategy in the randoms lobby. New ships of the update. Japanese Tier 4 Premium Battleship Miyogi. Alright. Precursor of the Congo class, which is already the Tier 4 tech tree. Japanese battleship. So we'll see how that goes. 6 powerful 14-inch guns, 356 MLs, 2 turrets in the back. It seems alright. Respectable AA secondary outfits, whatever. We'll have to check that one out when it comes out. And then here's the Oland. That says the lead ship of a class. The Oland conducted blah blah blah. Quick shot with strong AA defenses, bolstered by defensive AA fire. The consumable Pan-European destroyers, no slouch. Okay, we got repair party on there, powerful torps, and you got the new commanders, but no smoke generator. So, kind of a premium version of the destroyers that are coming out. So we'll see that. We'll be checking out all these ships, of course. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We'll be covering everything. Balance changes. It says no immediate balance changes coming. However, a sufficiently big surprise is lying in wait for you. Stay tuned. ... What does that mean? Are they getting rid of will to rebuild? Are people done holding hands out there? My money's not on that, but that would be what I'd be hoping for. What do you guys think? What if you had to pick one balance change that would qualify as a sufficiently big surprise, as they say? What would you expect that to be, and what would you want it to be? Let me know in the comments here. Part of the reason I make these update videos is just to get comments from you guys, feedback. What are you guys interested in? What do you like to react to? That helps me plan the next update cycle out. So let me know about that one as well. Store update, skins and permanent camouflages. Guises, they'll be previewed in the stores before you make the purchase. So maybe it's, I don't know, maybe they're having problems, people thinking that the guises were actual commanders, complaining to them on the customer service. That would be my assumption, because I had a few people comment on my videos thinking that they had the new commander, but it was actually just a guise. Anyways, there's going to be more information about what you're buying, apparently. Some bug fixes, nothing here that sticks out that I've come across. It says the Peter Bagration's barbette layout was incorrect, whatever. Yeah, but there's some other, some of that stuff. And then ray trace shadows for PS5. You got to have the 4K version turned on if you have the PS5. I think I run the higher frames per FPS as opposed to the 4K personally, just because I think the game runs a little bit smoother. Colored shell traces can now be turned on and off. Here's something we were just talking about on the stream the other day. Someone brought it up. New sonar icon. When opposing ships are using sonar from behind a hill or island, you'll see a corresponding icon. Basically, it says you'll be able to distinguish now between sonar and radar just by looking at the icon, I think is what the gist of it getting at. So I thought, there's a added little bit of mystery. Am I getting sonared? Am I getting radared? You got to help, look around, try and read the play. I thought that added a little bit of challenge in terms of those situations, but, by and large, I think having the information, okay, I'm being sonared, I'm being radared, obviously that's better information that'll help you react better. So that's something I think a lot of people were probably looking for. A special type of challenge for newer players, demo battles, now available. Now, is this a tutorial ask? No. The terms are following. You can play up to 2 games with the type of ships, destroyers, cruisers, battleships, aircraft carriers. You haven't played more than once. So it's an AI mode. I don't really know. It doesn't look like it's affecting much, but nevertheless, it's in the game now. I would have put the time and effort into tips during the loading screens as opposed to that. Maybe that would have improved the gameplay out there a little bit more. That's my personal opinion. Ship markers were improved. I don't really understand what it's talking about here. It's talking about half transparency, yada, yada, yada. We'll see that. And then we got new ship traits for the kid. Now these are, I was looking at them like, what are we talking about here? Because it says it's swapping nimble and for heal consumable. This is just what it's listing on. If you go to the ship information page, it has like the strengths and weaknesses. So they're just changing that for the kid. Here's something interesting. Mobile divisions are now available, and not just with other mobile players. Play with your friends on the go. So you can be, if you really want to be in a division with someone that's playing on their phone or iPad, now's your chance. Okay, so that's all the information, guys. I think it's, I'm mostly excited about the destroyers, obviously, and the arena should always be fun as well. But you guys let me know what you think. What are you excited about? What do you think they're missing the mark on? What do you think they need to implement in the game to make it better? You guys let me know in the comments. And that should do it for this one, guys. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, hey, consider subscribing. We got lots of World of Warships coming for you all the time. Questions, comments, leave below. Love to hear from you guys, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.